So apparently, like, she was caught by my friend. I don't know what they were doing. And I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm sure, bro. I promise you. I would not lie to you." I was like, "All right, for sure."
And you confronted her?
I confronted her on text because it was like an auditorium. You know how, like, in middle school, going to auditoriums?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, so what do you like so-and-so?" And she was like, to be honest, like, I'm glad she was at least honest with me. She was like, "I do like so-and-so." And I was like, dude, I have never felt that
feeling is
level
weird.
of heartbroken. Like, imagine what
weird.
you felt.
Yeah, but
probably times 10.
Welcome to the best podcast ever blessed the West Coast. My name is Martin,
Sir, my name is Ulysses.
and you're tuned in to the Late Bloomers.
Welcome, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Before we get into the topic, well, I just want to let you guys know that we have Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and if you want to see our lovely faces, we're going to be on YouTube as well.
Yes, sir.
I think it's just those three. Oh, we also have Instagram. What's our Instagram, Yuli?
Yeah, so you can check us out on Instagram at Late Bloomers IG. That'll be a lot easier for you guys to access all the content that we're currently on. We have a link in our bio called Beacons. Just click on that, and right there you can access Spotify, Apple, YouTube, whatever it is you want to watch us on. And sorry, that's pretty much it.
It works as like a link, like a, what's it called?
It's like a link tree. Honestly, I think it's a little bit better in my opinion.
Yeah.
But,
so we have that. And then basically Instagram is going to be pictures, reels, little spotlights of what we have.
Yeah, we're definitely going to try to post a lot more reels this year because I know like a lot of you guys
I know
have
some of you guys have short attention spans.
Yeah, short attention span. So yeah, we're going to try to post a little bit more on there because we know you guys love the reels, the TikToks. So we'll see how it goes this year. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the future has in store for our little podcast
Adventures.
Yeah, adventures. So
what's our topic today, G?
Before we go into that, hey, how you doing today, Martin? It's been a minute. G. It's been a minute.
Actually, I've been doing well. I've been a little more, I'd say, kinder to myself mentally.
Yeah.
Just taking one
Spending a lot of time alone.
Yeah, but also just like, just taking each step once at a time. Whatever's in front of you, you just take care of that.
That's
I'm
good.
not really thinking like too much because I'm a big overthinker.
Right.
But I haven't seen you since
Probably before
almost Thanksgiving, I would say. No? Christmas?
Like Christmas, like around Christmas time.
It's been a fat minute.
When
It's been a
we,
minute because you got sick, and then we had to like just chill out for maybe a week or two.
I got the vid. It actually wasn't that bad. I just lost my senses a little bit.
Yeah, you'll get that back in a month.
Smell. Yeah, hopefully they come back and we'll take the right steps in order to like better our health every single day.
Like I said,
stay in the gym. And
it's weird.
All that good stuff.
People that get the vid, it's like a badge of honor. It's like, yeah, I got it. I'm immune now, G.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
but you could get it again. It's just like the flu. You can get it again. And I thought I was actually immune to it because I didn't get it.
You thought you were Neo from the Matrix?
It's on God, dude. I was like, literally, like, it dropped in 2020. I was like, I ain't getting it.
Nah, not me.
They didn't think I was gonna get it.
Not me.
Not me. And then and 2 years later, like, boom, I got it on Christmas Eve. I'm like,
happy birthday!
I lost all my senses, bro.
Happy Merry Christmas!
Yeah, so I mean, it's all good. Isolated, like they tell me to do, and boom, now we're back at work, and now we're working on our craft. So
yeah,
only up from here.
Tell the fans, viewers, what our topic is today.
So today, guys, our topic has to do with rejection and the types of rejection people deal with in life, and also the best ways for us anyway, how we deal with these like forms of rejection and how we continue on with our journey and our attitude in the real world, because you can't let it affect you. You can't let those negative emotions project it onto like the real world. So you gotta like learn how to manage your emotions, I would say, and keep moving on with whatever it is that you're working on.
So what was your most recent rejection?
My most recent rejection, I would
could be with school.
I would say probably school.
Okay.
I know it's gonna sound a little boring, but I mean, I've been trying to, just like you've been applying to PT schools. I've been applying to nursing schools. We're actually in the medical industry, guys. We're planning on being in the medical industry. That's what we want to do, along with, like, of course, this. But yeah, so I applied to some nursing schools and I didn't get into any of them. So I'm like, dang. So now I got to start from square one. Let's see what happens. Let's see.
Honestly, I don't think you're working on square one.
Not square one, because square one would obviously be like before everything. But like,
you now know what you have to do, and then
you're kind of
a little more like. I think starting over after rejection is you starting the race a little further than everyone else.
Yeah, because you know good point. Because now you know what to expect.
How to navigate your emotions, how to go through things.
So what are some ways that you deal with, for instance, a school rejection? Because I know you're trying to get into PT school as well. Yeah. And you also deal with a lot of things that I'm dealing with.
So I think it was, what are we at, 2022 now? 2019, in 2019 and 2020, I've been rejected the PT schools. I've applied over, I want to say like 10 schools.
In total since then? I feel like you applied to more.
In total, those 2 years would be like 25.
Oh 20, my God. So you're playing the numbers game.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I've been rejected to like maybe like 23 of them. I was gonna tell you on this podcast. I got another interview I gotta do in another school.
Oh really?
But the school's in Nebraska, in North Dakota.
North Dakota.
So if people out there in North Dakota, hit me up. Let me know.
Hit up my boy Marna if you're out there in North Dakota, guys.
I have to go there for an interview. I have to go there for an interview like in February. So I'm gonna see how it is.
That's pretty early. That's that's coming on. That's coming up.
February 18th.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's good, man.
That's a good ass news. But before then, I've been rejected tons of school. Like I'll only read maybe the first 2 cents of Dear Martin. I appreciate your hard work and your application was very good. But however, unfortunately, there has been other people that have been more. I was like, get the.
I know how it goes. Like right when that first.
If you don't see congratulations, the first sentence, like delete that email.
Get the hell out of here, bro. I honestly feel like closing my laptop and just
chucking it. Laters.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just like an example right there of like you getting into like your emotions when you're rejected.
Because we're both overthinkers, you know?
Right. And a lot of people out there are also overthinkers.
Yeah,
so
it gives me anxiety.
So it's like when you get rejected, it's like F you, you know? It's like, all right, you missed out on something great. So I don't care. But that's like what you want to say.
That's how you feel like for school.
That's your natural human instinct to feel when you get rejected.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But start internally. Okay, that's a feeling. Oh shit. And then be like, oh, that's a feeling. Let's not break our laptops. Let's not break things now. Let's just let's think of solutions now.
I'll like my routine because I've been rejected plenty of times.
Oh yeah.
So
not just with school.
Let's go with school first. School, because right now school for me is the most important thing. If I get rejected by school, it's like I'm devastated.
That's
more or less. But my routine, if I do get rejected by any like graduate school, it'd be like read it. I'll reread it again, maybe one more time, and exit out of like email. And I'd go on and be like, sit and just like mope around a little bit.
Yeah.
Like acknowledge the feelings and emotions. Because like, honestly, it sucks to get rejected. People say rejection is a good thing. No, it sucks. It sucks.
It sucks at first.
It does.
But if you really think about it.
And then you just go on with your day. You still mope for like, give yourself 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it needs to be. And then you carry on, and then you just you just learn why you got rejected. You ask colleges or graduate school why you got rejected.
Yeah.
And you move on. You make yourself better. I mean, like you said. I mean, your L's got to be lessons. Yeah, that's what Julian said in the last video. You got to like turn your L's into lessons, and like what you said earlier, maybe try emailing them because that's what I did when I didn't get into the last nursing school that I applied to. I was like, dang, that sucks. But then I was like, there's someone out there that's willing to help, I'm sure. So I went on my laptop and I was like, okay, what are some of like the main aspects that kind of brought my points down or that didn't give me enough points to like get to get accepted? And they're like, hey, like you're bilingual. Like you could have written us a little essay in Spanish, boom, 5 points. Mm-hmm. Or retake the TEAS test. Your TEAS test was kind of like mid. Mm-hmm. Retake that. Gain another 15 points. Yeah.
And then boom, that would take me up to like 80 some right there. So I was like, wow, I actually didn't know that was going to affect my score.
We didn't know we
were
close. Yeah, we were that close.
Exactly. So kind of like, oh yeah, just feel the emotions of like the rejection first, like damn, like, but don't project it. Just kind of feel it inside. That's a feeling. It's all right to feel sad. No big deal.
Time is your best friend. It'll go away.
Exactly.
And you'll learn, and then it'll be good.
And then come up with solutions such as reaching out to people. Like we said in the last episode, like you can't do things alone.
You can't really do things
Seek
alone.
help. There's advisors that if you're trying to get into like schools, advisors are gonna help you, or talk to your teachers, build connections.
Exactly.
So there's just always like think of a solution, and there's different.
There's different avenues for it.
Yeah, exactly. And there's different types of rejection that people feel, such as like when you were little, like did you deal with like any?
Yeah, mom didn't let me get hot Cheetos. She thought it was bad for me. Well, it is bad for me, but like
It is bad for you.
like you said,
Like at the grocery store,
Yeah,
like when
yeah,
she didn't let you
yeah.
get the Doritos or the hot Cheetos.
yeah, she said, nah, that's too spicy. I'm like,
Hey mom, yeah, just toss it in the cart
without her looking.
without even her looking. Just be like, and then she's like, hey, what are these doing in here? Like, that's not on the grocery
I
list.
don't need this shit, dude.
And just yeah.
You toss it to the next aisle.
Yeah.
And then next you know, you see it in the frozen section. A hot Cheeto bag in the frozen section. The
Workers like,
employees like,
what
the
are
hell
these
is
lime hot Cheetos
the extra hot Cheetos? What are these
doing
here?
with the frozen hash browns? It makes no sense.
The Cheetos are scrunched up on the bottom too. They're all powder now.
Yeah, I heard people eat those though. Frozen hot Cheetos. Off topic, but
Really?
I heard people actually eat frozen hot
I ain't gonna
Cheetos.
lie.
No, that's a thing.
shout out to Mahir. He put me on to extra hot Cheetos.
I put you onto that.
Mahir.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Those
Those are gas.
they don't come out the right way though.
What you mean? What you mean? Going back on
They don't
topic.
come out properly. Just say that much.
Going back on topic. I mean, rejection should not be projected as or like seemed as a negative thing, because
It's not.
even though it does hurt for a while, I mean, after that you learn that you didn't make the right turn. You just gotta reverse, go back, and make the correct turn.
Exactly. See it as like protection. Like I saw it on TED Talk that some guy was like, don't see it as rejection. See it as protection,
Yeah.
It's like the universe, I guess, or whatever it is that
'Cause
anybody
I
believes
think
in
nursing
doesn't want you
school-
to take that route.
Yeah,
Maybe-
nursing school is like what, like 20% acceptance rates, and then like PT is like 17 to 16.
It's really hard, especially in California.
Yeah, everyone wants to be everything.
Everybody wants to be in California. Everybody wants to be, not everybody, but a high percentage of students want to be in the medical field. So
Yeah,
it really gives you like a narrow spot to like show yourself and like what you like, what you bring to the table without having a formal interview. Because I feel like if I had an interview with somebody, I could sit down with them, they could get to know me on a personal level. I get.
I
into
think you'd be
like,
fine.
I think we'd both get into like any schools.
exactly. So I think,
But it doesn't work like that. It's all numbers. They can't put a face to you. It's all numbers, and it's all like what you have done and
Yeah.
like, your experiences and stuff.
true.
So yeah.
So besides school rejection, what other rejection have you faced?
Normal guy stuff. Rejection with girls.
Okay.
I know for girls it sounds a little like what? Like
Rejection?
guys don't deal with rejection these
What's
days.
that?
A lot of times
How do you spell that?
exactly like I mean, let's just say like girls have a lot of options, They got guys in their DMs trying to DM them and all that stuff. We're on the other side.
They
of the
have a
spectrum.
mind of abundance.
They don't have a mind of abundance. They have abundance. We need to force ourselves to have
We need to lie to ourselves so we have
we need to have
abundance.
an abundance mindset. And no shame to that. That's just how things are in our society. And that's completely okay. I'm okay with being a guy. I'm literally
I hope
okay with
I hope so.
I'm
You
okay.
gotta change teams on me.
No, I'm not gonna change teams on you. But like I'm okay with like just this life that we were like born into, where it's like we have to deal with dating wise anyway, like the most rejection.
Uh-huh.
No matter how like handsome. I mean Like, no matter how handsome you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much
You're gonna get rejected.
you're gonna get rejected if you're a guy. And girls get rejected all the time too. Like, let's just say I've rejected women in my days too.
Slow down, man. Slow down. Slow down.
Like,
slow down.
Not too many. Not like a whole like
Slow
team.
down, man. I don't want you. I don't want you.
It ain't like that. We know that. And we know it ain't like that. But you know, like both teams, like I mean, girls deal with rejection too. There might be another podcast for that.
I haven't seen no girl. I have rejected a girl at a bar actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was kind of fun. No cap.
Bro, what'd you tell her?
So it was. I went to It was another interview for a PT school I went to in Arizona.
Oh, Arizona.
And
okay,
then,
that's right. You went to Arizona.
And then she was like, "You wanna dance?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm just getting a drink." And she's like, "Oh, I'll buy you a drink." And I was like, "Oh, this is the first? Let me get him a fucking drink, you know?"
Yes.
And then
did you accept the
I
drink?
accepted the drink.
Yes, that's
like,
what they do.
and
They accept the drink.
I was like, I'm gonna act like a chick, you know? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get my drink and say no
I'm
to
gonna
her.
go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
and then I got my drink, and then mind you, I was only there with myself because the day before I had to like do like an interview with one of the schools.
Yeah.
So I went there by myself, solo dolo, and I got there, and then she's like, "Let me buy you a drink. You don't want to dance with me? I'll buy you a drink instead, and we could just talk."
And you were not attracted to this girl whatsoever.
Not at all. And then she bought me a drink. Right. And then she pulled out her debit card. I was like, "Oh, nice, she buying me a drink." Got the drink, and I was like, "All right, well, thank you for the drink." And she's like, "Yeah, no worries." And I was like, "Oh, that was pretty easy to reject her."
Oh,
mind you, later that night, I figured out when I was buying my own drink. Drinks were like $2. It was a special that day. I was like, okay,
that's Arizona. That's Arizona for you, bro. In California, that drink would have cost us
like 15,
arm and a leg.
At least an arm and a leg.
At least, dude. So
rejection for her, I feel like. I mean,
but they don't get rejected as often. So I don't know what happens with girls when they get rejected. But I heard it's like kind of like intense.
Oh, really? I feel bad now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's intense for us too. Don't get me wrong, but we have dealt with a lot more rejection, dating wise, anyway.
Yeah,
like
we're a little more numb
with,
to it.
We're numb to it. No, exactly. But that's not the right word to use. Numb, more like we're used to it. We know how to react to it. Some guys anyway.
We've dealt with it.
Yeah,
we've dealt with it. I mean, look, rejection in female, like with for females, when we get rejected by females in a club, it's like, all right, it's chill. Like, I don't see Yuli cussing out a girl when he gets rejected, saying, "Nah, you ugly anyways."
Or like, no, I've seen guys do that. Right. I've never seen you do it. I never done that. It's because
none of our friend groups done it. Hopefully, not that I know of.
No, but yeah, it's like at the club is one instance. Like you try to say, "Hey, you know what? Like, you want to dance with somebody?" And that's like a little like sting, you know? Like it should only be like when a girl looks at you, she's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm with my friends. I'm having a good night. Don't bother me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, okay, for sure. Turn around.
Get yourself another drink, dude.
Get yourself another drink. You know, pump yourself back up again and approach the next one. That's the most attractive thing you can do.
If that's your goal for that night. If that's your goal for the night to get a chick.
If that's your goal for that night. I mean, obviously, like, if you're at the club with all your friends, stop hanging around at the freaking corner with all your buddies, and then you text a girl, "Hey, I saw you earlier today at the club or the party."
You were checking the weather app earlier,
bro. Seriously, just scrolling through like they're, you know.
Oh, it's gonna be rainy tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's like, dude, just go approach her. Like the worst that she can say is no. Get away. That's it. That's literally, and then you just turn around, walk away.
But I get it. I get it how.
But
guys,
it does sting. It does sting.
I get it how guys or anyone is afraid of rejection. Like I said, like that time from like when you start thinking to right before the moment it really happens. That's like maybe 15 to 10 minutes, and you're like thinking about yourself, overthinking it, thinking about 10 other things.
It could either be really short or like a really long period.
But that 10 to 15 minutes is a lot longer than it is.
Thinking about it for 10 to 15 minutes.
Well, I know, for instance, but that action you actually talk to them is like maybe like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you know? Yeah. It's a lot shorter than actually doing the whole thing. So
it's that doubt. It's that doubt that creeps up in your head right before you make an action that you've never done like before you're not used to.
Doubt's cool. Like, you need to be comfortable in a little bit of doubt.
It's like a little self-war that's going on in your head before you approach somebody.
But this couple months, I told myself on my resolution that I'm gonna try starting to doubt my doubt. You know,
that's good,
right?
So doubt your doubt. Like, don't overthink.
Yeah, like, you know how you doubt, or like, oh, I'm not gonna get in this year. I'm gonna apply next year into like nursing school or PT school. Why don't you doubt? Like, maybe you are going to get into that. Like, why would you doubt yourself?
Why would you not? Like, you put in so much. Think about all the work that you put in.
Yeah, and usually it does take a couple trials. It does take a couple cycles to get into that med school or graduate school, whatever you're doing.
Right.
So I mean, doubting doubt has been one of my tips I've been doing that's been helping me mentally to like calm myself down. And also, you know,
yeah, because you don't want to go down that rabbit hole where you're just like overthinking, where it's like, dude, you literally just like can't get out of this.
I think everyone is an overthinker. Everyone's an overthinker.
Most people are, yeah. Because a lot of
if
people,
you're nervous enough for an important thing, you become an overthinker, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's a slippery slope because you can easily take yourself down that road. Because I've been alone for the past like 2 weeks, and I've just been living in my apartment alone, going to work, going to the gym, and dude, like when I don't interact, because I'm a very extroverted person. I need to interact with people. I need a team.
You start talking to yourself?
I need a team, bro. Sometimes I'm just like literally like I feel like I'm talking to them. Not like that, but like definitely like think to myself to the point where it's like I'm talking to myself.
Right.
And then it's like, bro, like I don't think any human is meant to live life. We're social creatures. That's just the way we're built. I think in general, whether you're an introvert or extrovert,
a little bit of communication.
You need that communication. You need someone to talk to you to tell you like, bro, you're tripping. Like whenever I'm tripping, whenever I was tripping in college, you'd be like, Yuli, shut up, you're tripping. Or like my little brother would tell me that too, and I'll tell him that. We need that communication as like people. And if you try to do it alone, like you're just gonna go down this like rabbit hole in your head where it's like not gonna end.
Some people could do it though, but some people can't.
Some people can do it.
I'd rather have it like, for me, analogy is like when you bowl, you have the lanes up, the little guard lanes. Those little guard lanes are your friends and family telling, hey, you got this type of thing. Recenter you type of thing.
Right. Because that's space. Like space is infinite and your mind is infinite because it'll keep thinking these negative thoughts. And then when you get rejected, it's like, this is why you got rejected because you
blah blah blah,
and then you start and you start
believing that,
not constructively like stating your mistakes, keeping yourself accountable. That's good, but negatively talking to yourself, like you're worthless, you're this,
you
like,
can't do it.
You literally can't.
Let the next person do it.
Yeah, and if they say it, and if the same works with somebody else, if someone else says it, it's like.
It always goes back to like, why don't you just
done in your life?
Why don't you doubt your doubts?
That's a good one, Martin.
Right. I think I started recently doing that, and like, I don't see why not. You know, we like doubting ourselves a lot more times than not. But why don't we start doubting our doubts?
Literally living in a fantasy sometimes. People be living that's living in a fantasy, in a negative fantasy.
That is true.
You know?
But at the end of the day, I think like rejection is good. Rejection recenters you to the correct goal you need to do within those rules, confined rules, unfortunately. But I don't think there should be a bad connotation. Like, yes, it is painful, but so is medicine.
Right. And I mean, you have to just have these core pillars in your life, such as like, okay, so let's say you get rejected from 1 million girls or like 1 million schools or whatever the hell.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But obviously you're not going to get rejected by 1 million people. Like obviously you're going to score one day, you know? It's like this mindset that you have where you're abundant. It's like, okay, I got rejected by that girl. There's still so many beautiful people out there that are going to like want to talk to you, you know? And you have to think that way. Obviously you might not have that many options available to you at the moment, but just to like kind of like trick your brain into thinking that you do and that the possibilities are infinite. Well, not infinite, but like very, very high. Just switch your brain to thinking that mentality, and then you can actually achieve more, or just bottom line, try more.
I think people don't understand like the whole like postgraduate trying to climb the graduate level.
It's tough.
School.
It's tough.
That little 1 year, 2 year gap of trying to achieve into that school was really like the Twilight Zone is very weird in there.
Yeah, because think about it, in college we were like,
it's a bubble. You're
dude,
like,
we're
all right,
bubble. We're
set.
turning up. We always had these people around us all the time to make us feel okay, because we just had a huge
I'd come up from
community.
a nap. I'd come from a nap, and people would be like, "Are we still going to the bars tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah. Let me shower."
I got class in 5 minutes, but I'm down.
Yeah.
And then there wasn't a lot of accountability partners that we had. I mean, when we
there was a lot of accountability partners. We had a lot of accountability partners.
Oh, we did, but I feel like there wasn't a lot of accountability. Like when we first got to college, remember we said
From
in the
our
train,
end.
we said, "Hey, whenever I'm slipping, you call me out for it, and I won't get mad. Whenever you're slipping, I'll call you out, and you won't get mad for it."
We said that.
We literally said that on the train ride to San Jose.
There was a lot of things going on that train ride.
We'll go into it another time, but that's one of like the key things that really stood out to me, is like having that one accountability partner.
Yeah.
Now in this today, my little brother's my accountability partner, because he
sees you every day.
not much of a hype person.
Yeah.
He's more of like a homebody. You're doing this, you're doing that. And it's like, oh, maybe you can do this a little bit better. Not in a mean way. Constructive criticism is what it's called. So
that's what happens when you get rejected.
I
You're like,
appreciate that.
I know I didn't do well on this certain goal I try to do.
you gotta
I need someone to
constructively
help
criticize
me.
yourself.
Yeah.
So what was like an early like form of rejection, or maybe like your worst rejection that you
I could say
ever had?
Well, worst is obviously the school one, just because we're trying to progress in our career and stuff. That's number one.
Yeah.
Right now. But I think the earliest,
Or like the worst, like just one that
Worst
just
would be
pops up in your head. Not earliest, because obviously school and stuff would be like the earliest. Because I mean, like
earliest would be
throughout your life, what was like the worst one that you think back at, and I'm like, I can't act that way again. Give me a sec. I'm gonna double check the mic.
I think earliest would be, let's see, when I was in grade school.
Yeah.
I went up to
elementary school.
Yeah. I went up to chick. I was like, hey.
Really, elementary school.
Maybe more or less. And I was like, oh,
Okay.
I think you cute. I fancy you, type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then she's like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, oh, what is this feeling I have? You know, like what do I feel here?
And it's so intense when you're little.
And it's weird. Yeah. It was the first time I got rejected, like in my life, because I was like a little kid. You know, I was like, damn. So this feeling is very weird. It's very sour.
It hurts more when you're little.
Yeah. Did you have one when you were little?
Bro, I had my worst one. Dude, my worst one was in middle school. Have you ever been in a relationship like when you were like
I did for like 2 days. And
2 days?
That's
like middle school?
Yeah.
Bro, I was like in like a 6-month relationship in the 8th grade. It was my first girlfriend ever.
Are you a relationship type of guy then?
Not really, but I just like, I just wanted to try it out. Be like, this is new.
Yeah.
What exactly comes with the relationship? So I wanted to know. So I was like, yeah, I'm down to like be in a relationship with you. And she asked me out, and I was like,
she asked me out too.
It's like her friend asked me out, and I was like, she's like, do you want to get with so and so? And I was
it's like an escrow, you know. There's like a third party type of thing.
I guess like I don't got anyone else. Like I'm down. You know, I ain't balling out here. Like
sure.
Sure. Like
I'm just said sure.
I was like, okay. Like I think she's cute too, actually. Anyway, so we get together. It's been 6 months, and I'm actually pretty happy. Honestly, I'm like, damn, this is kind of cool. I like being with like somebody, and then one of my friends, I'm not gonna go too into the story, but bottom line, somebody saw her with some other guy, and that's like this is middle school. He wasn't just.
So you confronted and you're like, hey, what do you think about this guy?
Like he wasn't like he probably wasn't like beating pink cheeks or whatever. You know, it's middle school. You know what I mean?
So you were just like, oh, what happened? And she's like, oh, I think he's what?
I mean, yeah. So apparently, like, she was caught by my friend. I don't know what they were doing, and I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm sure, bro. I promise you, I would not lie to you." I was like, "All right, for sure."
And you confronted her?
I confronted her on text because it was like an auditorium. You know how like in middle school we go into auditoriums?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, so what? Do you like so and so?" And she was like, "To be honest, like I'm glad she was at least honest with me." She was like, "I do like so and so." And I was like, dude, I have never felt that
feeling is
level
weird.
of heartbroken. Like, imagine what you felt.
Yeah, but
probably
times
times 10 as like a little kid. I'm like, I was in middle school, 8th grade. It's not even that young. It's like kind of like you're 13, 14, I guess. And I was like, like I could not bear it. Like it hurt so bad. And I was like, damn. And then so she ended up dumping me.
Right.
And then hanging out with that guy after me.
Hey, she won't cheat on you, but she know who next.
She know it. Ooh. That one hit, Mark. And so at the time in middle school, like I was listening to a lot of 50 Cent, like Eminem. You know what I mean?
Men and men.
Like, yeah. And I was like, I think society deems it appropriate for me to use these types of words on somebody who does you that wrong.
So you going off on her?
I was just going, like word after word after word. I was like, dude, I was saying words that I wouldn't even say to myself.
I had to Siri those words. I don't know how to spell them.
Bro, I couldn't even, like, exactly, bro. I had to Google some of them, bro. And then, so I was calling her all these names, and the next day I saw her, she was crying with her friends and stuff like that. And I felt so, like, bad. I was like, oh my God, like, my actions caused somebody to feel like that.
Yeah.
And it was my earliest form of rejection and how to deal with it. And obviously that was a big red, like, no. Like, that's a no. Mm-hmm. I realized that at a young age with women, don't ever project yourself in that manner.
See, unfortunately, I learned that.
No matter how badly you get rejected, just walk away gracefully and take your L. And then I see some guys sometimes acting the way I was acting later in times in life. And that's when you can get in the most trouble when you're like, older.
When I like broke up and I was going off through text and stuff, like what you were doing when you were a kid. And then after a couple months, I was like, that doesn't feel any better for myself. It just makes the other person feel better. It feels worse.
Yeah.
But like,
it makes you feel worse.
Like, you think that making them feel worse is gonna make you feel better. It doesn't really affect you, like, ironically, which is super weird. I thought it was gonna help me feel better, but didn't.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it just makes you think about it more and more, and both of you guys are just sad.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really work out, unfortunately.
No, like that's like don't
like,
go
I had to learn
down
the
that
hard
path
way.
of like calling people and like in an argument. Like, you can have a healthy debate with somebody, but once you start name calling, you won the argument. Stop. Like, or like once
you lost the argument.
I lost completely. I took 2 L's. Not only she left me, but I was acting.
You made a fool of yourself.
I made a fool out of myself, and I had to go to school
by yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, the best way to do it is take your L, realize that you took an L, step back, and move on and find something better in life. Because there's nothing more attractive than somebody who like can find something better than you, or not just better, just find something else.
Learn from your mistakes,
or learn from it, and just that's it.
Yeah. I think rejection, like, as much as a rejection hurt and like how painful it is good to like be able to like recenter what your goal is. And I truly think there's like a higher powers. Like, you getting rejected, maybe you lined up for the next best thing.
Exactly. I mean, at that time I didn't really know exactly what I was feeling. But
it's a crazy emotion. The emotion is like, sometimes when I get rejected, like I act pretty new to it. I'm just like, wow, this is insane. But you move on to the next one.
Exactly. I mean, these days it's like, now that we're mature, we've learned a lot throughout our lives. We got to think back at those moments and basically not react the same way. because when we react, that's when they get a kick out of it. You know,
yeah,
when people get a kick out of it. Yeah, even when you're having a little mental like when you're having like a debate with somebody, like once they get mad, I got you because you're in your emotions now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like the best way to deal with it is have like in a mindset of abundancy, a lot of people call it, and move on. You know what I mean? And think back at like what you're grateful for, whether you get like rejected in like
by girls,
school, anything like that. Look back. Look at what you have. Like I personally have my brother, I have my family. I got 2 hands, I got 2 legs that work. You know, I'm healthy. I go to the gym. At the end of the day,
got a group chat full of friends.
I got a group chat full of friends. I got awesome friends that I met in college that I'm still friends with today, that we all get to talk to each other about. And even
we talk kind of daily, actually.
We've been talking a lot. Yeah. I love having that support system behind me, because at the end of the day, no matter how much life rejects me, I'll always have those like basic, like, you know, pillars in my life.
Mental pillars.
Exactly. That will like help keep me on check. And a lot of times, what I feel bad is like oftentimes people don't have like those good friends.
So to sink or swim.
Even parents, like like some people weren't raised with like you know
both their parents
that were like present in their lives. And you know, shout out to like all those.
But those single parents also, some of them have done a fantastic job, though. You know,
they have. Honestly, I give them props because they didn't give up, and they basically stood with that person throughout their whole life, and hopefully they could think back and say, hey, like at least I had that person. You know?
Yeah, they've made superstars sometimes, you know?
Yeah, bro. And so
Kevin Durant's mom, she's a single mom, right? I think.
Yeah, and look at him now. He's like an MVP. Like when he won MVP, he looked at his mom and be like, "Mom, thank you for supporting me throughout the entire way." And those are things that you have to think about. So when I become if I ever become a successful like nurse, or we make it in the podcast or whatever the case may be,
when
I do that, I'll look back and say, "Hey, I had my little brother with me the entire time. I had you. I had my friends in college. I had my mom and dad." Exactly. And it's like, boom, like there we go. Like those people are the ones that supported me on my lowest points. So what I want to say to people who don't kind of have those like pillars, like there's people that
are willing to help,
like
even
professionally, they're paid. I mean, it's gonna sound bad, but like they're paid to help you, but they want to help. Like obviously
when they boil it down, they want
exactly help. Like I'm trying to be a nurse, like you're trying to be a PT. We want to help people. You want to help cure people's injuries. I want to help people that are in like the hospital setting. That's what I want to do, because there's not a better feeling than helping somebody, you know?
Yeah.
And
I think like at the end of the day, just learning how to navigate through your rejections emotionally, even maybe physically. You know, people sometimes do like physical harm to themselves when they get rejected. Like, right. So, I mean, at the end of the day, just learn how to navigate that. Learn that time is your best friend, or, you know, just learn that, you know, these feelings are very normal for everyone around you. Everyone around you has been rejected. You know, I've been rejected hundreds. I've lost count, man.
Can't even.
I don't know. I'm probably getting rejected tonight.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely getting rejected tonight. I want to get rejected tonight.
Just know that it doesn't stop. No. And it's an adventure. Like at this point in my life, I see it as adventurous. And if I get rejected in life, then at least I'll know.
We're onto a good path.
At least I know, like, I'm grateful that I at least know, I'm aware that this is a feeling that I need to master.
Exactly. Well, do you have anything else to add on to this podcast? I feel like we're wrapping it up, basically. It was a good subject you had to talk about today.
I really just wish you all the best of luck with your endeavors. I want you all to succeed. That's why we made this podcast, because we want to see us succeed, obviously, and we want to see other people succeed. And like, if we change one world, we can change whatever.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Well, thank you for tuning in to Late Bloomers, and we'll see you at the top.
Yes, sir.